appreciate everybody who decided to vote for me for this award. Um, One thing I wanted to say to you guys tonight is I hope a lot of creators in here and everybody at home and the viewers and the streamers really take care of your mental health. I just noticed that recently I just been going through things in my head, and I was able to, turn to like anime, Death Note, Naruto, recently since I've been gone, and I just been able to, find happiness within that. But yeah, as for the word of collab, I want to preach to everybody like within our community, us collabing is everything. You feel what I'm saying? So collaboration is everything. And I know this year has been very difficult on the fan bases, the communities, and of streaming in general. And as long as we don't tear each other apart and let that get in between us, we're gonna be just fine. So I appreciate y'all.
Now, imagine him saying all of that. I showed the clip for a reason. I should have just let it play. But I showed that clip for a reason. That's all Cenat said, right? Now, mind you, he didn't say he was dealing with depression. He didn't say he was going through anything. He just said in his own mind he's been dealing with things, and anime has been a way for him to get through those things. Now, it's a lot of self-doubt in people, and it happens. It's okay. It's okay to have self-doubt. You know what I'm saying? Anyone to have self-doubt. Now, he never said he was mentally depressed. He never said, anything that's leaning towards saying, "Oh man, we need to be there for Cenat." Nothing like that. Nothing like that was said or anything. All he said was he's been dealing with things in his own head, and anime has been a way for him to get through that, you know. And you see a bunch of people, taking that clip and using it as like oh man, he's using mental health to get sympathy. Like how? In that clip I showed you, what did he say exactly made you think, oh, he needs sympathy? What he literally said was, in this community, we need to build each other up and not tear each other down. Off of that alone, everyone took that clip and started throwing shots at him, trying to tear him down. That's very interesting to me. And now, I did go to his Twitter, and I had to like really like see what he was saying, you know. And I'm gonna read some of his tweets. Okay, he says, I can't imagine the things that people are going through on a deeper level. So far, those people let me speak up a little louder. I don't care if people look at me as a joke. As I am very consistent in streaming, there were certain times I realized that I was losing touch of reality. I needed to take a step back and fully reset. I started to realize I wasn't even spending time with close friends and family behind the scenes as much as I wanted to. It's another tweet. I just felt that I would be able to talk to you guys on a more personal level about dealing with self-doubt and living in fear. I think a person like me speaking about this would encourage other people to step up too. So now let me explain how it all started. And he went on to say, I'm very consistent in streaming. There were certain times I realized I was losing touch with reality. I need to take a step back and fully reset. I started to realize I wasn't even spending time with close friends and family behind the scenes as much as I wanted to. Okay, and then this is right after the Streamer Awards that he tweeted this right here. I know I get clowned more for this. A few days ago, I decided to open up a little bit about what I've been thinking and it's been so much love. But when I seen some of the negative feedback I received, I got to see a glimpse of why people don't speak up about this more often. Hmm. This is a tweet before he said that one. I was honestly gonna save what I gotta save for when I'm ready to come back, but right now something is telling me to speak up. I'm not sad, I'm not depressed, but I need to bring awareness to mental health after some of the feedback I've been seeing. Now, he lit literally when he said what he said, I'm like, yo, he's dealing with something, and he's like, yo, people need to check on their mental health. I know I'm not the only person that's not saying, like, just holding stuff in. There's a lot of people that's holding stuff in. He's telling everybody, hey, any streamers in here, deal with your mental health first. Deal with your mental health first, please. Deal with your mental health first. And people took that as if he's saying he's trying to get sympathy for what he's going through, and that's not the case. And it sucks because you would think that a guy just saying, hey, take care of yourself first. You would think him saying that, people be like, you know what, you're right. You're right. This streaming shit, it's not my life 24/7. I need to take a step back. I need to love on my family. I can get, like, streaming is always gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. There's nothing wrong with taking a step back and taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, getting your mind right. You have to get your mind right in order to exceed to that next level. And most people don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that people are trying to really comfort this man, saying what problems you got you rich, as if that's a thing to like not have to not doubt yourself. Like, oh wait, I got money. What I got to be doubtful for? You don't want that money to be gone, do you? You don't want to lose everything you built, do you? Everyone should have self doubt. If you go into something and, oh yeah, it's gonna be good, you're gonna fail. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Simple. You're not gonna succeed in every single thing that you do. Everything is not gonna be success on the first try, the second try, the third try. For some people, yeah, it's not gonna happen all the time though. Not every time it's gonna, come out to be like, oh yeah, like, oh, I got it, it's good, like 100%. No, it's not gonna happen like that. It's not gonna happen, and you have to be prepared to fail. You have to prepare to fail. You're gonna, like, things are not gonna happen the way you want it to all the time. Sometimes you're gonna fail. Sometimes you're gonna succeed, but you have to prepare for those things. You know what I'm saying? And for people to sit up here and say, it honestly takes you back to when Robin Williams committed suicide. And people were like, "Oh, he was the happiest dude I've ever seen. What does he have to be? What? Like, why would he? Why would he kill himself? Like, why would he do that? Why didn't he go seek therapy? Why didn't he tell someone? Why didn't he talk to someone? Because some people don't give a damn. Some people don't care. It's just like these people trying to come at Cenat for what? You don't care what he's going through. You don't care about nothing. You don't care about anything that he said. But yet you have an opinion, and you're gonna sit up here and say that, oh, you're a millionaire. What do you have to be upset about? You got money. Rich people problems. I wish I had rich people problems. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not wish you had rich people problems. None of us do. One thing y'all wish y'all had was his money. That's for sure. Y'all wish y'all had his money. But you don't want no rich people problems. You don't want the problems that he has coming with this money, with this fame and everything. You don't want those problems at all. So for the people who act as if, they don't, acting as if, like, hey, just because you got money doesn't mean you can't have problems. Like, to those people, you're an idiot. And clearly, this is why you don't have money. This is why you don't have money. And you got to realize that people are thinking that he's saying, I'm going through something, be there for me. No. All the man said was, hey, take care of your mental health. Because I know what it feels like to just be so wrapped up in everything, I forget to take care of me. That's all he's saying. If you can't see that through what exactly he said, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're looking for clicks, you're looking for clout, and you're doing all this extra shit. I'm not defending. I'm not defending Cenat. I just actually see what the man is saying, and I've seen that through a lot of people. If you look at all these celebrities who committed suicide and everything like that, and you're asking, well, why did they do it? If you're asking why, and then this man comes out and he's talking about mental health, and you're saying, well, you rich. What do you like? Why do you care about people's mental health? That's the problem. That's the problem. Not enough people are being aware of people going through mental things. And then you got Aiden talking about we're streamers, bro. We don't have to deal with what people who wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, go to work and everything like that. We're streamers. We're blessed to work whenever we want to see our family, our friends, and everything like that. I'm like, okay, so what about the time you took months off because you were dealing with things? You broke up with your girlfriend and you took a break from streaming. You needed a break. You had some stuff, I'm pretty sure you had some stuff going on in your mind, and you made it through, right? And I'm pretty sure you still dealing with stuff. You know? So how, like, if you would have just say, you know what, I understand where he's coming from, man, I had to take a little break myself. It's okay to take a break. You could have said anything, but yet you're making it seem as if what someone else is going through doesn't matter. And then he had nerve to say, there's people in third world countries starving, getting killed. We're Be grateful for what you have. And I'm like, you're making a dumb point to diminish someone else's point. That's stupid. Why do that? Like, what was the point of that, bro? What was the point of even saying that? And what are you doing for the people in those third world countries? Since you're saying that is it like, okay, let me bring awareness to people in third world countries. We know what's going on in third world countries. What are you doing to help the people in the third world countries? What are you doing there? Are you doing anything? No. Okay. So why bring it up? He brought this up to bring awareness to everyone else, and he's trying to help other people. If they look at him and they see him saying, "Oh, he going through the same thing I'm going through," I can be where he's at if I take care of my mental as well. That's the message right there. Your message was, "Fuck what you got going on. There's people going through way worse." That doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help anybody with what they're going through by saying, "Oh, it's other people going through worse things." You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if someone said, "Oh, oh man, I'm feeling pressured at work, man. Like, you want no pressure? This is pressure. You just dealing with work shit." He's not dealing with work shit. He's dealing with internal things that can affect a lot of people. You can have all the money in the world, but if this ain't right, that don't mean shit. If this ain't right and this ain't right, it don't mean shit. You just a cold hearted motherfucker with money and can't find a way to make yourself smile in the morning, to make yourself sleep at night. You just got a whole lot of restless nights in your mind and a whole bunch of shit, and it's not going nowhere. And all you thinking about is, man, how would it be if I wasn't here? That's the only thing going through your mind. And it's a lot of people that think like that. And to and the one thing that irritates my soul is this nigga Dale Wilson. I ain't gonna say his moniker. Fuck his moniker. Dale Wilson. He has the nerve to say he's trying to get that he's trying to get sympathy. What? What? Sympathy. why would he need sympathy? Out of that clip I just showed, what at all seemed like sympathy to you? Honestly, out of everything that was said in that clip, what about that was sympathy? What about that was saying, "Hey guys, be here for me"? None of that was sympathy at all. You know, and then he's basically saying, "Oh, I mean, you're a millionaire. You got money. What do you have to be depressed about? What is this about? What is that about?" That don't mean shit. You supposed to be the motherfucker with money too. Ain't you going through some shit? Oh wait, no. No one needs to know your personal life, right? This is why people shouldn't say shit. Because don't know why no one, no fan, or some fans care. Not all fans care about what you're going through in your personal life. But off of that simple clip alone, nothing he said was about him trying to get sympathy, trying to make people feel bad for him, anything. He said we need to come together as streamers and make this make this content bigger than what it is. That was the whole point of streaming university. That was the whole point of him building something so everyone can come and share what they got going on. Little streamers, big streamers, everyone come together, use my platform, and let's make this money. The only thing Kai Cenat is guilty of is having a big heart and trying to see other people succeed. And then you got motherfuckers hating on him no matter what he do. The man used money to build a school in Nigeria, and then a disaster happened in Nigeria, and the school ended up being put on hold, and it wasn't built yet. And you got everyone saying, "Oh, what happened to that school you were supposed to have built? What happened to this? What happened to that?" People ain't happy until you fail. If you're if you're a person like Castanet, no one is happy until you lose everything. Now they gonna laugh at you because they're upset because they want to be in your position. Hate is strong, and a lot of people strive off of hate. A lot of people strive off of making someone else feel shitty because their life isn't good. People like that, that's the only way for them to smile at night. Oh yeah, I ruined this motherfucker. Ah, and then days later they feel shitty, feel even more shitty. And it's not because of what they did. They're just not happy with themselves. You know, when you're secure in yourself and you understand because you've been there before, nothing anyone says should make you be like, oh well, that doesn't matter. I understood where Kai Cenat was coming from. I've dealt with things in my head before too. It would. It took a lot of. It took years for me to even get my mind right. It doesn't take anyone. Oh, look at all this money I got. I'm happy. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Now, see if your mind is right and you looking at this money, you like, you know what? I ain't got no worries. I'm gonna let my money make money. That's what I'm gonna do. But you know, not a lot of people are on that level. You know, you know, you got people like Dale Wilson, trying to, you know, diminish black people because that's all he knows. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know any better. He wasn't raised right. So I mean, there's that. Um, when you're a black man and you understand where another black man is coming from, you know, that's always, gonna be a thing where you're just like, you know what, I get it. I understand it. I got it. I get it. But when you don't understand because you weren't raised and you didn't go through anything, all you're gonna say is, well, white people go through things too. Everyone got problems. Just an idiot. That's how you're an idiot. You don't know any better. It's okay. I'll blame your parents. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't raised to be um, a surface level thinker, as you so like to put it, um, you weren't raised to be that kind of guy. So it'll never come to you in, a simple way. You got to think X, Y, Z equals MC squared and shit. No, it's very simple. I get it. I understand it. No, you think that, oh wait, nah, this is a black guy. He's obviously trying to get sympathy. He needs money. I'm black too, so I understand what he's talking about. I know the schemes. I know the trickery. You were born in 1984, bro. You don't understand shit. You still dress like you in 1984, nigga. You should say nothing about black people. And I honestly think this is just something you do because in real life you can't think this way. There's no way. There's no way a person like you could think this way in real life. If you think this way on stream, it's just as stupid. There's no way you could think this stupid in real life. There's no way. And if it is, your mother, your mother, your mother should have raised you better. Your father should have been there more. Because there's no way that you were raised and then you think this way all the time. You're 40 years old, bro. There's no reason why you should even be having this frame of thinking at this age. There's no way. And like I said, I blame your parents though. You weren't raised to be a thinking man. You were raised to be an idiot, literally. They put a book in front of you and said, "Hey, figure this out." That's what it was. That's all it was. It was they put a book in front of you and said, "Okay, figure it out." You mother left you at home by yourself with a TV and a controller, and you just had to figure it out by yourself. Huh? That's all it was. I blame your parents though. My mother and father, they actually sat me down and talked to me about certain things. Hey, this is what's going to happen in the real world. People are going to talk about you. People are going to say things. But if your mind isn't right, it can get to you. People can tell me right now, oh, you this, oh, you that. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. And move on. I ain't going to rant and rave and scream and holler and all of that shit because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't bother me. Nothing anyone could say about me would bother me at all. I could be a friend of Kai Cenat's and people are like, oh, well, you only here because of him. Thank you. You're watching me. So thank you. So thank him. Thank him, right? Yeah. I'm here because of him. Isn't he a great guy? You know what I mean? But no. No. You wouldn't be here if a motherfucker told you you will always remember how my nuts taste. If it wasn't for that clip, we wouldn't even know who you are, sir. You just be another motherfucker ranting and raving about how you get your ass whooped in every video game you play. That'd be you. I have to thank the trolls for this. Yeah, thank them. Thank them. And yet, you still trying to tear them down because they making more views than you do. Ouch. That hurts. That has to hurt. Imagine doing this for 10 years and then at least 10 channels come out with something that you do for 8 hours a day. They chop it up into 30, 40-minute videos and they get over 50,000 views, 50,000 likes. That has to hurt. Ouch. But if you were a surface level thinker, that wouldn't get to you as much. But it's the fact that they're doing your content better than you. Oh shit. That's what it is. They're doing content better than you. And they're making more money than you. Ouch. That has to hurt. You know what? I'd be hurt too if I was doing something for 10 plus years and then someone I don't know takes my stuff and then does it better than me. I'd be like, damn, they're doing it better than me. How? And then you're asking the question, why isn't my content doing these numbers? It's garbage, nigga. Step it up. Step it up. Anyway, I'm done. Peace.